to the show. I am Gary, DWTT to some, to everyone. And I got my man, Mr. Tom, with me. How are you doing, Mr. Tom?
I am not too bad, sir. How are
Cool.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. Yeah, my work week was crazy, and then it just kind of like this morning. I actually did some work this morning, and it went well. so 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 it's like all the pain of this week has come to an end, and it's good because I might I can go into next week hopefully on a good note and a little bit more relaxed and good. So yeah, so that's how. So yeah, this morning has been good. Yeah, sometimes you just have to work. Oh, look at this. Good morning. Russ has joined us. Yes, welcome to the show, Russ. I don't know,
Mr. Morgan,
Mr.
hello.
Yes, yes. Welcome to the show. So I'll only be on for a bit. I think we might have a
Yeah,
couple of more guests show up. Mr. Tom will be running the show. But yeah, it's funny. I haven't been on that many shows.
I know, Gary. I was starting to feel like you were losing the taste for YouTube.
No, no. Just you know what? Every once in a while, I
Why?
get I go through a cycle of like family, family and work stuff that pops up, and it just takes you away from this thing that you love to do as well. So yeah, that's where I am. So I think the season will be over, and I'll have a lot more free time. And it's like, but the season's over. So, but
There's no football to talk about.
no
Well, there is
football to talk
Euros,
about.
to be
So
fair,
yeah,
and Copa America.
yeah. I leave, the chaos begins. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, you know what? That's kind of as I told Mr. Tom, I put enough. I've increased the insurance, and the cameras, I've just turned them off. I just stopped them from recording. Just
Oh,
stop
lovely.
them. You know how you have, when you're at work and people say you watch out, the boss has got the camera on. You're like, I unplugged it. So I just unplugged it just so that I don't even have to see it. You know.
What you don't know can't hurt you.
Yes, exactly, exactly. So here we are. It is the last day of the season for the Premier League. Mr. Tom gets another week just to wait. I think that's got to be
Yeah,
painful to wait 2 weeks to find out what happens next. So,
yeah.
but yes, Arsenal is basically tomorrow is going to be crazy. Like we need to win. It doesn't matter what happens. If we don't win, it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
Arsenal sitting 2 points back of City, one goal difference plus on the plus side to them. All they can do is win their game by a lot, as much as they can. They should be able to do that. I think they should do that. I think that'd be a good way to go out. And then all they can do really is just hope that City has a bad day, because I don't think we can hope West Ham has a good day, because that hasn't happened. So we'll see. But for me, I've always said we have to win our games, and then we'll see what happens next. Big Gunner joins the show. Welcome to the show,
Hello to
Mr.
the
Tom.
moderator. Hello,
Yes,
hello.
yes, Mr. Tom is smiling, as you can see. He had a good. It was a good two-game leg. The first leg, yeah. Second
Oh, the
leg,
first leg was atrocious to watch, but it was a great result.
yeah. No, you'll take that, but I think based on
Yeah,
the way the
yeah.
second leg went, you're like, I think that team was the same team that played in that leg, so you would expect them to at least score once. All right,
Oh,
let's just go with that.
Norwich lost it in the first leg because Norwich, the opening 10 minutes of that match on Sunday, Norwich were on top of us, and for some reason they then lost grip of the game, and we were quite happy to take the 0-0 back to Ellen Road because why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
But then the problem was Norwich were also fine with it because they were like, "Oh well, it's Leeds, and they're gonna fuck it up." Pardon my language. In the second leg, oh, they're gonna do a Leeds. It's like, yeah, but what if we don't?
Mhm. Mhm.
What if we actually do everything you don't expect?
Yes. Or what if you just play what
Yeah,
you've been, what people were fearful of for most, for the,
yeah.
from the second half of the season until until they weren't. But what if that team showed up? So
As I said to you and Mister Greenwood in our chat, basically, in my opinion, everything that could have gone wrong did not go wrong.
yeah.
Everything went right. all the things that mattered. Like obviously, I'm not going to sit and be like every pass was perfect. Doesn't have to be. That in football, not every pass is perfect. The reality is, though, is whenever we did lose the ball, we just did this really really strange thing in football called winning the ball back. If you can do that, you tend to do okay. Like we'd lose the ball hot up their pitch, and then we'd just go and look for it again. Usually find it, and Norwich had no answer for it. We battered them so bad they sacked the manager. By the time I woke up the next day, he was no longer employed.
That's
Not that I
crazy.
was bad on a football manager or anything like that, but obviously, in all fairness, as much as we all say like I can't wish bad on a football manager being sacked and that, they are paid handsomely to be sacked.
Yes, yes, yes. It's almost like you either want to get sacked, or you want to what you call it, or you want to be that second best quarterback on the team kind of thing, you know. So
Mm-hmm. I was ecstatic, but even at 3-0, you're all going to crucify me for this, but I was the one on social media going, "No, calm down, everyone. There's still 45 minutes left, and we are Leeds United. So calm down." Don't get me wrong, I weren't saying we were going to lose. I weren't being defeatist about it. I was just saying, let's not get too arrogant about this. I could be wrong, but obviously I was wrong because it didn't matter in the end. Because then the second half just restarted and it carried on as the first thing. Like we had about 4 chances in the first 5 minutes of the second half, which then did have me nervous because it was like this has got. They're going to score their one chance. They didn't get a chance, didn't get a sniff, but it was just a thing of beauty. And Russ is 100% right. That apparently, although they finished 6th, they had the unique distinction of falling into 6th place from below it because every other team around them also didn't have form. That suggested they also wanted to finish 6th. So all 4 of the teams in the playoffs ended the season badly, which is very rare. Because usually you'll have 6th, usually wins for 3 or 4 of their last 8 games to actually then get that spot. Not Norwich. If any of the other teams around them had any remote good form, Norwich would not have been in the playoffs. And
true.
that is partly a bit of a spoiler for my league show tomorrow. I have concrete evidence. Even when we went 1-0 up, their fans were calling for the sacking because they saw which way it was going immediately.
That's weird. So you get into, I mean, so he gets into the playoffs, and like you said, it's still like they wanted him out. I mean, that's to me like if Manchester United were to win the FA Cup, right? A lot of fans just still want him out, right? You beat the best team in the world, if that, according to most, and probably true, and they still want you fired, right? Win 2
On the
trophies in a row
surface,
in 2 seasons and still want out.
but on the surface, it is like no one's wrong in saying it's harsh, but from their perspective, they need to get promoted as well because they are going to run out of parachute payment money next season.
Yeah.
So they needed this too. Their
Mm.
form at the start of the season wasn't good. I could be wrong. It was something like 2 wins in 10, something like this. That's not factually right, but they were calling. Put it this way: they went 2-0 up against Leeds in the game in October, and we won 3-2 at Norwich. And they were calling. They assumed he was going to get sacked. Following that, they didn't sack him, and then they went on a good run of, enough points to obviously get 6th. But yeah, Colonel Ward's getting an awful feeling about Leeds, which only lead to good things for me. Just saying.
Welcome to the show, Colonel Ward. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, if Leeds play near,
10 out of 10, Colonel.
play their their style of football, they will be all right. They will be okay. And
I think Southampton grab the arrogance because they've won twice against us.
mm,
They are gonna naturally think, "Oh, we're better than them. We've got the the run on them. Like we only have to turn up to win." It's like, yeah, please turn up thinking you only have to turn up, because
mhm,
obviously the context is when you played us in the first game that you played us and they demolished us. To be fair, we didn't have Rodon playing because we did this weird thing where cause he got sent off at Hull, we was going to teach him a bit of a lesson where apparently Fark was like, "No, we're going to show that you can't just walk back into this team." It's true though, he can walk back into the team because the one game he didn't play, Southampton scored 3 goals in the first half. We were terrible.
mm,
I
mm,
sat on
mm.
my lead show and said we were terrible, but and the second game was obviously meaningless. I mean, I was annoyed to lose it, but well, I was annoyed to lose it. We were all annoyed about it. But the reality is that if even if Leeds had won, it wouldn't have mattered. We would because Ipswich won, so it didn't really affect. It's a great psychological boost for them, but that's all it is.
True, 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 true. And Taib has joined us. Welcome to the show, Taib. He sees Leeds playing in the Premier League next season as well. For any of those who are following the Women's Super League, Chelsea has scored 2 goals in the first 8 minutes, which
Of course,
puts them up 4 they have a 4 goal difference right now over City. Who City right now is sitting there 0-0. So City will have to win by uh, I guess 5 goals, or Chelsea will have to let Manchester United back in the game.
so what you're
So,
saying is Manchester United women are actually doing what Tottenham should have done.
well, here's the thing: Arsenal is to blame if a
Oh yeah,
City,
of
yes,
course, you shouldn't have beat them.
yeah, we shouldn't have beat them, but we needed to beat them because we needed to show like the players needed to know that they screwed this up and that they had the talent to do it, and whether that's the coach or the players, it's actually both, right?
Yep.
You screwed this up. You screwed the season up. You had all the talent you needed, and you showed it against a top team. And now Chelsea might win it. And you know what? I rather Arsenal have won against City than Arsenal had played the way they had played pretty much most of the season. So yes, it might help Chelsea out, but you know what? That's not your problem. Your problem is how you played and you created this situation, right?
Yeah.
We all thought you were as good as you were, and you went out there and you stunk it up. So for
You beating
me,
them did annoy me though.
no, beating, yeah, yeah. But you know what? That's the thing. It's like that's the difference. Like, was that team good enough to at least compete with City? They were on the day, right? But you listen to their fans, and you see some of the play. You know, mm,
You
they
beat them.
needed to play just a little bit harder, and they didn't, and they got punished for it. So
I mean, ultimately, as much as I'm going to sit here and go, I blame Arsenal for this, the reality is Man City are to blame for it. Because if they'd have just even drew the match, it wouldn't matter, would it?
mhm, mhm.
Ultimately, you're your own accountability in
True,
football.
true, true. I mean, the City's supposed to be better than us, and they should have done the job. So, yeah, you're right. You're right. So we'll see how this all things plays out. If Chelsea draws, guess
If
what?
Chelsea draws, Chelsea,
You know what? If
Chelsea.
Chelsea
Oh
draws, it's still goal difference.
no,
So
that's true. No, you're right.
the only way that City can win the league, and is it City? It is City, right? In the women's league, it is City as well. So
It's not tomorrow, but the
yeah,
next Sunday,
yeah.
Ty.
No, no, I'm talking about the women. The women,
No, no,
like
just
Man
Ty was
City, can win
asking
both.
about when's the final being played, so I was answering it for him.
Oh yeah,
Sorry. No,
Man
sorry.
City, women and men can win both the leagues. The men pretty much have it in their control. The women have to win by right now. It looks like they have to win by 5 goals.
I actually think the cruelest thing that may happen tomorrow is West Ham will score first.
Yeah, Yeah, well, you
and
know
then it
what?
will.
No,
I hope.
until that clock says 90 minutes, and
Yeah.
even then, it doesn't matter. So until that clock says 1 second left on extra time, till that whistle is blown, it doesn't matter. So Arsenal just needs to go out there, make sure they don't have to look at the clock anymore, right? Because they've done their job, and then all they can do is just hope and pray and all that stuff that people want to do. So,
I do have a question for you, Gary,
yep.
because I'm not sure we've spoke about it. What was your feelings on the Tottenham playing Man City, like, and Tottenham fans wanting to lose it, and
I think that's
Arsenal fans
I will
feeling awful
never
about
ever
wanting them to
ever.
win?
Okay, I'll never ever, as a Arsenal fan, want my team to lose. There is nothing good that comes of that. Never, never, never. Even if that meant Manchester United won a trophy, there's nothing good that would come out of an Arsenal loss. At
Yep.
the end of the day, on the day, yeah, you might say short term, yeah, short term thinking, I get it, but I don't get it, you know. So no, 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 no. Like they want to they want to be considered a big club. They talk about being a big club, their fans and all of that, and then turn around and go, you know what? We'll take an L, and then they will complain that why did we take the L? Guess what? It stinks. It stinks. It sticks with you. It's the stink of the what does that man say? It's the thing of a it's just the failure of a Tottenham or whatever they call him or whatever the quote is.
Yeah. Chiellini, the Italian defender, he
Yeah.
says the history of Tottenham.
So that's what they're trying to get rid of, that stink, and guess what they're doing? They keep
Their
loading
fans
it
put it
back
back
up.
on them.
They
Yeah.
keep putting it back because why in the world do you want to lose a game to the best team in the world ever?
I
Never. There's
yeah.
no, yeah. There's like, you know what? And that all it's done is now their manager, their owner, and their players are all at odds.
But it wasn't just the fans though. There were people working within the club
Yeah,
that were actually making jokes about like throwing the game. Like
true.
Ange apparently, obviously
Yeah,
I'm not there, so I don't know if it definitely happened.
in like two
But
minutes.
there were
Yeah,
reports
yeah.
where
Hmm?
there were reports of a
I know.
youth
I'm
team
late. I'm
coach.
sorry. I'm gonna have to
There was
go. Yeah,
That's
I'm
no
gonna have to
problem.
go. No, no, no. But I'm gonna have to go. But my last words, everybody in the chat, thank you for joining. Everybody who's missed me, hopefully check us out later. We should have some more guests showing up. If not, Mr. Tom is fine. I believe he's fine. But no, like I said, that right there is why
You've scored,
you
by the way, Russo.
yeah. Ooh, that right there is why they will never be. They will never be what they want to be because right there, you can never want that, right? Because
Yeah,
they're on like a losing streak, right? The last thing you want to do is continue that into the postseason. You want to go off on a big note. The biggest
yeah.
note of all would be we beat City. We got points off City, and then we finish off the season well. Nope, they didn't do that. Now you're gonna have to take that. You know what? Football gods remember. So we'll see. But Mr. Tom, thank you, and I will
No
check with you
problem.
later.
Take care. Thanks for
Have a
stopping by,
good
Gary.
show, everyone, and I'll talk to you later.
Right. So, okay, here we are. So, as said, Arsenal women were losing 1-0. No, winning 1-0. Mistake there. But there are games going on in Germany where Bayer Leverkusen, I believe, are hoping to finish off the undefeated invincible season. They're currently looking at 28 wins, 6 draws, and they are currently 2-0 up against Augsburg. So, they've got a player called Victor Boniface. So that's a person. But anyway. Does anyone have any questions that I can ramble about? Because otherwise I will ramble about other stuff. Oh, Borussia Dortmund have gone 2-0 up. Russ, are you there? Do you want to come on as well, Russ, for a chat? As I know we joke about you only get to come on when Gary's not here, but God, it's depressing when there's no football. Oh my God, Chinese Super League, Shanghai Port won 5-3. So Lord Greenwood's going to be thrilled. Had to be 5-3 away from home. What a game. What a game. More Saudi League tonight. Celtic. Celtic finished off the Scottish Premier League and they ended up winning it by 8 points. God, Rangers really threw that. Rangers drew 3-3 with Hearts today. Oh my God. That's wild. That is they were 3-1 up with 10 minutes to go. It gets worse for them. Bloody hell. So Stefan will be thrilled, I imagine. Congratulations to him. He had a good year, didn't he? Well, in football-wise. But anyway, so Man City women are now winning. Goal by Mary Fowler. So we are now almost certainly going into a shootout. Who scores the most goals today is going to win the title. Although Man City is going to have to claw back 3 goals. But I know the question you all have on your lips relating to this particular game. Yes, Alicia Lehman is playing. She is playing. For people that are fans of that particular footballer. Anyway, exciting action up and down the world. Usually meant to say up and down the country, so I messed it up. And for anyone who's remotely interested, there is a playoff. Is it a playoff final? At 4:15 today at Wembley, which is going to be Bolton versus Oxford, which I believe will be for a spot in the Championship. Bolton versus Oxford United. I only found out recently, this was some random, but Oxford used to be owned by the Robert Maxwell. And I don't know why I didn't know this, but his daughter is Ghislaine Maxwell of you know what. How random. She was a director of football or something at... No, that's a lie. She was a director at Oxford United, which is a... Considering how prestigious their university is, you think they'd be doing a lot better in the football pyramid as such. I don't know why. It was just a thought there in my head. Well, saying that, if they win the playoff final today, then they are one... Yeah, he did. Hello, Stefan, as well. Yep. Yeah, I figured a fan of her would rear their head. But yeah, he did. He wasn't in the computer game industry as well, briefly, in the 80s or something like that. But yes. Like I say, I know a little bit about him, but yeah, that just... Her... he must be proud of his daughter. Well, he's not, he's dead, but I imagine he would be proud with his daughter being part of Sex Offender Island. Not going to use the actual word that triggers YouTube. Not that we're monetized anyway. So, But anyway. So, okay. So again, live scores. Arsenal have now got a second goal in the 20. Just right now, second goal. I don't know who scored it, but Man City are now winning 1-0. Player 2 has now entered the chat. Is he ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Hi, Tom.
Enter Lonnie.
Hi, Mr. Tom. How are you doing today?
I'm not bad. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, not bad. Just working later on today, but it'll be all right.
Got a I was about to say good to hear you're all right, but then you were going on about, I'm going to work. You didn't sound too happy about it. So then saying, oh, wonderful, seemed a bit rude of me. But anyway, Taibu saying with West Ham can't even park the bus properly. They will concede 3s and 4s tomorrow. Brownie, footballer Brownie, congratulations on yet another milestone I believe he achieved. Every week he's like, oh, we've now achieved 75 million viewers and stuff like this. And it's like yeah, good lad. Alonso, you slag. Yeah, sorry. And hi, Stefan. And Stefan do his thing. But I think this might be. Actually, no, I'll wait until if Lord Greenwood does put an appearance here, because I did find it's the final game of the season, which always sort of reminds me of the classic tweet, genuinely classic tweet from 2018, where Peter Crouch thanked Manchester City. Or not thanked, he congratulated Manchester City. And a Man City fan responded, oh, look who it is. Talk of the devil. Well, hopefully.
Hey man, who are these guys? Jesus. Batman and Robin.
Million views. Hang on. All the way from Norway, I believe. It's Sam Greenwood.
Hello, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm all right. How you guys doing?
Hey Sam.
Hey Lanny, how you doing, Lanny?
Well, hello, Glenn. AFC New York. I think that's how he's written it. New York. Yeah, but thank you. Appreciated. Some great stuff going on in chat. Great support today. I was saying, sorry, Miss Greenwood, but I was in I was about to unleash a tweet on you. Anyway, that sounded more dirty than I meant it. From 2018, Man City won the title. Peter Crouch congratulated them. A fan of Man City was appreciative of Peter Crouch, to which he then basically, this is the exchange that followed. Congratulations, Man City. You really were a shark team this season. Mancunian replied, top man, I promise to stop wanking over your wife now, Pete. To which Peter Crouch replied, yeah, that'd be great, thanks, mate.
Dirty. Very
Never
dirty.
Never forget. Legendary. Anyway.
Oh, hi, everyone in the chat. I see Glenn's here. Nice to see you, Glenn. Enjoy your videos, your little contributions to your various Arsenal experiences, and your trip to London was great. That was really good. Enjoy those videos. Everyone check out his stuff, really.
Is that Glenn who met up with Lolo?
Yeah. Glenn's the guy who's normally on with the Bearded Gooner and all that gang over there. But yeah, he met up with everyone when he was in London. Yeah, he was on the AFTV with Don Robbie. That was really good. He had a really good post-match little interview there. And yeah, all the usual guys. Nice to see you, Brownie. Hope you're doing well, my friend Stefan. Good to see you. Colonel Ward's here. Wow, making an appearance. Great.
Checking
all the usual names.
I mean, to be fair, Peter Crouch has played for so many clubs that, like, pinning him down to one specific club is almost unfair to him. Like, he's an ex-Norwich player. It's like he's played for everybody except Leeds.
Didn't he also play for Sunderland, or was it Stoke City?
He probably played for both.
He probably played for Sunderland as well at some point. It's like Tom said, I think he's played for just about every club there is.
Even before Alonso got the club out of his mouth, I was just ready to go, yeah, probably.
But the thing is, though, he's one of these players. He just looks like he can't play football because he's like 6'6".
Yeah,
thin as a rake. He's got no meat on his body, but he's just got this football ability, hasn't he? I mean, he scored some incredible goals.
Didn't he do a robot when he was in England? Yeah. He did a robot.
Yeah, he did the robot. That made him a bit famous, wasn't it? The robot.
Trinidad, to be fair, for context, against Trinidad, like, he wasn't confident enough that he was going to get to bust it out against the Germans or something like that. But no, but to answer the question, he actually started out at Tottenham in 1998.
Okay.
No, that's a
Yeah.
lie. It's a lie. Started
He
out
can
at
actually
Brentford in
play football. That's the
1991.
thing. He can actually play football. He's just sometimes, he just goes a bit in a slump, doesn't he?
I've
What
got
he
the
used
list
to.
of his clubs right here. Not going to take as long as I thought it might, but Tottenham, 98-2000, no appearances in the league. Dulwich Hamlet, 6 appearances on loan. IFK Hasselholm, who apparently are a Swedish club, 8 appearances. Then he went to QPR, 42 appearances in the league, 10 goals. Portsmouth, 37. Aston Villa, 37. Loan to Norwich, 15 appearances. Southampton, 27. Liverpool, 85. Portsmouth, again, 38. Tottenham, again, 73. And then 225 for Stoke.
Okay.
He spent 8 years at Stoke. In fact, to be fair, I think the first time he played against Leeds for that Stoke team would have almost certainly been what sent him into retirement. Because when Stoke rocked up at Ellen Road in 2018, that was when he probably realised he doesn't have it anymore.
All right. That was it, was it?
Don't get me wrong, right? You think I'm being a prick here, and I am, but of course. But he did actually finish with 6 appearances for Burnley in 2019, but it didn't fit the narrative of the joke I was about to make. But anyway, yeah, that.
I like Glenn's comparison to Steve Merchant. He's a bit like Steve Merchant, isn't he? He says, "You guys know Steve Merchant, the 6'7" guy created The Office. Peter Crouch is his favourite footballer." It's like looking in the mirror, I suppose, for him, isn't it?
Yeah. Before you gentlemen just came on, so for that minute or so that I was rambling by myself, I did notice that Oxford are playing the League One playoff final against Bolton, to which I then brought up Robert Maxwell used to own them, and the randomness of the fact that his daughter, I didn't put 2 and 2 together, that his daughter is Ghislaine Maxwell of Sex Offender Island fame.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
Yeah, I found it out last week. But yeah, so that's a fact.
But there's Bolton, right? Bolton FC, right? Bolton Wanderers, right? Is that the same? Right. So there's an American named Stuart Holden that played for Bolton, and of course he's a good American player for some time, and he had injury issues throughout his career. But had he been healthy, he would have been a good player. I think he would have made it to the Premier League. Well, he was in Premier League with Bolton, I believe so. But injuries just routed him. He would have been a great player. You guys remember him, right? Stuart Holden?
The name's familiar, but if he walks out in front of me with his knob out, I wouldn't go, "Hey, that's Stuart Holden walking in front of me with his knob out." I'd just be like, "Oh, who's this sex offender?" Anyway, it's too far. Apologise. Wales could only dream of having a player like Crouch. Shots were fired, and Russ met him when he was at QPR.
Every time I think about QPR, I think about Joey Barton.
Oh my God. Horrible player he was.
Wales had Ian Rush.
How
I'll
did
tell
Joey
you something, Ian Rush is a legendary footballer. Not when he played for Leeds, though. Oh, he was so bad.
Ian Rush.
It would have been the equivalent of, like, I don't know. You know how, like, obviously Lionel Messi in the twilight of his career is playing for Inter Miami, playing really well. It'd be like the opposite of that, where we paid him a lot of money in 1996, and we didn't get 1986 Ian Rush. Put it that way.
Oh Oh, Ian Rush with his moustache.
Oh, the moustache, fantastic, though. I'm not going to take that away from him. But if he'd have gone, oh, if I shave it, I'll then get 10 goals for you in the first 2 months of the season, I'd be like, I'll shave it for you myself. But
Did he ever shave it?
I seem to recall he did eventually.
Yeah.
Not sure. No, I'm not going to look it up because that could be a rabbit hole. Because
Right.
yes, this is true. He wanted to merge Oxford with. This is what I read on his Wikipedia when I went down his rabbit hole. He wanted to merge two clubs, and they both didn't go for it. They were like, nope.
Nope. Some people have some crazy ideas out there, aren't there? I mean,
but he had actually done it. Like, he had actually bought the other club to actually.
I know, but it's just again, it's like that crazy thing. You know, that the Brownie experience with Cardiff of only changing their kit to red.
Yeah.
You know, for fuck's sake. I mean,
Russ Morgan with something I can 100% believe definitely happened.
Stefan,
D. A cigarette out on Joey Barton. That's how odd I am. No, sorry, go on.
Does Stefan mean Scott Brown as in Celtic Scott Brown? Yeah. Oh wow! What happened? Yeah, what's the story with that?
I imagine he just had a good game against Joey Barton. Oxford were great with my parents back then. A very welcoming club for youngsters and their parents. Was that when the Maxwells were there, sir?
Just Maxwell.
Just don't take any holiday offers from them. Might do. But no, seriously, it's nice to hear that Brownie had a positive experience.
When's the playoff final, Tom?
Not tomorrow, but the next Sunday.
Not next Sunday.
Actually, no. What I might do we only got an allocation of 35,000, so that's obviously going to season ticket holders and club members and stuff like that. But I'm probably going to go down there in the morning to, I don't know, get some merch or something and take in some of the ambience.
Take in the atmosphere.
Yeah, obviously I'll try and get back in time to actually watch the thing on telly, but the actual ass. Did he own the coffee as well? Or is that different?
I can't remember all of that.
Nah. It's going to be really intense because it's a £200 million football match, essentially.
Oh, huge.
Probably even more now, but
it's going to be interesting to see Southampton. You know, it's going to be a good game, I think.
They've beat us twice, so they're going to fancy it. But obviously, said earlier to Gary that like the second match don't really count. It does, obviously it does in that it officially counts, but in the context of it, it wasn't as competitive as obviously Sunday will be because it had all the makings of a pre-season friendly in terms of like intensity and pace and because obviously when what's his name scored, Ipswich scored, it was like, all right, well this doesn't matter now.
But it's one of those games where all that previous just goes out the window, doesn't it? It's all about the day. Isn't it?
Wembley doesn't care.
Exactly.
The grass at Wembley doesn't care what happened, in the previous 10 months. But at the same time, I am going to be intrigued to see what Mr. Rutter and Somerville make of the wide spaces at Wembley. Because not that I'm gonna say I'm not actually not saying it's gonna be easy, but they made it look easy against Norwich, just gliding past them like they were ice skaters. It was a genuine pleasure to watch, even though I was nervous as fuck because it's still Leeds.
Yeah, your attack was really good against Norwich.
It was everything that could go wrong, just never went wrong. As I said to you and Gary, just I might be repeating myself here, but this absolute novel concept in our tactics of if you lose the ball, go and get it back. Just hunt them like dogs.
Yeah.
We were hungry for the ball, and Norwich were. I will be absolutely pleased if it turns out that we retired Ashley Barnes from elite football because he's a prick.
Yep.
Such a
no, but it's the player finals a big one game thing, all form and all that all goes out the window. It's all about who wants it on the day,
who can handle the pressure.
Yeah.
But both teams have lost some silly matches, so there's actually no proof that anyone has the edge.
In my opinion, I would make you favourites because I think your attacking line is, if you guys are switched on, I think your attacking line is a lot better than theirs. So, like you say, with the wide spaces on Wembley, should be able to utilise that.
Yeah.
Tom, how has Patrick Bamford been so far this year, towards the end of the year, rather?
He's injured currently.
Oh.
He's not played since the second last game of the season. I still think the team did a lot better with him in it. The thing is, the thing about the Leeds fandom, which is good or bad, however you see it, when he's not in the team, you can see why he gets picked. So people are like, we'd play a lot better with Patrick Bamford. Whereas when he is in the team and he doesn't score, everyone's like, get Patrick Bamford out of the team, bring Peru in. And it's like, but when Peru plays, you want Patrick Bamford to play. Basically, whatever happens, you want the opposite. Which seems very football in general. Like I doubt I'm describing the only fan base in football that behaves like that.
Well, I think to compare this, maybe Sam can help me out here.
You're gonna say Trossard, right?
No, I was gonna say my arch nemesis Zinchenko. How some fans have a split between them. How they like him on the team because he brings this stupid energy that I don't see, and he's helped propel them to be where they're at right now as a football club. And then there's people like myself, maybe Stan or maybe Sam that disagree because he's been crap his whole time here. And I think there's different deficiencies that have cost us some games. And but people still love him for some reason. And maybe that's a fair comparison, Sam. That Zinchenko ain't it. But some fans love him and want him on the side. So
yeah, I mean Zinchenko's been one of those players who really he's one of those ones who he'll give you a few specific good things, but most of everything else is not really that great. I must admit when he first came in with Jesus this last season, they did really well. I mean, they lifted the team. They really did, in my opinion. But then this season, both of them have not really. I mean, Jesus has been injured, and then Zinchenko has had his problems as well. I think he's had injury as well. So, they haven't been the same. And Zinchenko's made far too many mistakes. So he's really lost what he really could bring to the team. So yeah, I agree. He has he has become a player that doesn't really suit what we want anymore. Become a really frustrating player, really, because you can see there's a lot of good in him. There's a lot of, he's a very talented footballer in terms of he's very skillful, and all of that, but he just makes so many stupid decisions. He'll pass the ball to completely the wrong place, or he'll defensive. The most annoying thing with him is defensively, he just completely forgets his defensive duties, which is not what you need to do. Obviously, you can see that's where Kivior and Tomiyasu much better, because they will cover that defensive area when they need to and be effective. Whereas Zinchenko's just like, there's a whole area over there I'm supposed to be. No, fuck that.
I personally felt that the arrival of Zinchenko and Jesus was key to your upturn in form over the past.
Last season it was.
Yeah, because they're winners.
And they were good.
Their contribution to it is debatable, obviously, but the reality is they have won trophies, and they joined.
But they came in when they first came. They were both in form, fit, and they brought a lot to the team, and they played well. They played really well. The Zinchenko with his inverted play and everything, he played well. His passing was really good. He played a lot better with his passing as well, and that's deteriorated since then, obviously. But yeah, no, you're right. I mean, they come in, they contributed a lot to where we got to last season, but unfortunately, both through injury and dips in form, they've lost a lot of that.
Yeah, and remember last year, I would criticize Megalesh a lot because of the mistakes that Zinchenko would be a part of, and it led to maybe Megalesh not being focused enough. But he was focused. It's just that Zinchenko was a man marking his man.
Yeah, got no help.
Yeah, so he was
that's all. No, yeah.
So he was on the island by himself to defend.
I have an issue with Megalegs. He's either a cheater or he's weak, because when Patrick Bamford floored him and then scored, and then VAR was like, nah, it's an Arsenal player, so we've got to disallow it. He was basically, that told me that either Megalegs is so physically weak that Patrick Bamford could outpower him, or he dived. So either way, what one would you rather be, Gabby? Weak or cheater?
Good question. There's a question you can ask a lot of footballers these days, unfortunately.
It's true. It's true. I do want to come back slightly to something Alonso said, which, because naturally I will. I'm pretty sure that's not true, Russ. I'm pretty sure Wolverhampton Wanderers will have a word to say about that. When Alonso said my arch rival Zinchenko, and the first thought that came to my head was, does he know that? Does he know that you're lifelong enemies? Does he know this?
I will hope so. Via Twitter and numerous podcasts that I talk about.
He's got chill down his spine right now, like, oh, someone must be talking about me.
I love the way Alonso just said, I hope so. I hope he knows, man. I hope he knows.
I hope he watches this. I'm coming for you.
I'm coming for you.
Watching this,
coming for you, brother.
I got my eyes on you, Zinny.
But we can't let Russ Morgan get away with this. So Stefan said Gary Glitter asked my mother for a date. She thought he was creepy as fuck. To which Russ Morgan, without missing a beat, in my mind, this is how it played out. Without missing a beat, instantly just went, Stefan, was she 8 years old?
It's a bit random, isn't it?
Russ Morgan, everyone. Do you want to come on, Russ?
Russ, Mr. fucking statistical genius, just makes everything up out of his arse.
Oh, that's Tony, man. That's Tony, dude.
I've got a statistic. The green plants in my garden are the greenest in my fucking hedge.
Alonso is the master to Zinchenko's Doctor Who. So you're the villain.
I guess.
You're the villain. Alonso's the evil mastermind, and Zinchenko is, well, I guess Zinchenko, Doctor Who's not a man, is he? He's whatever he is. He's whatever the BBC decide he is that year.
As
BBC.
in, I got my eyes on you, boy.
Zinchenko.
But
I got my eyes on you, you Ukrainian little farmer boy, you.
So obviously, Russ wants to respond. I would love to. My lovely wife has commandeered the TV, and I'm taking the dog out now. Next week, she isn't here, so I'll be available all day.
This is
Oh,
he's got that dogging. That's what he's saying. His code language is dogging.
I'll let Gary know that you'll be available for a road trip. Amazing. Actually, I've never seen Gary and Russ. No, that's a lie. It's not true. I was about to say I've never seen Gary and Russ Morgan in the same place at the same time. So I wondered if one was the Clark Kent and one was Superman. But not true, because they were both on the Royal Rumble stream. So they were in the same place at the same time.
I just want to let everybody know that I do know you can only see the top of my head. It's because I'm sitting back and relaxing in my sofa, and I can't be bothered to change the angle on my laptop. But when I do sit back up again and the forward placement on my sofa, you will see me normally.
I figured you're a grown adult who knows what he's doing. So I was just like, okay, Sam's doing what Sam does.
No, I know there's going to be some comment there. Oh, Colonel Ward's going to be like, oh, you can only see the top of Sam's head.
The best part is in my mind when you went. There's going to be some comment in my mind. Immediately went. It'll be Colonel Waldo type.
Yeah, exactly. Why can I only see the top of your head?
So I do is Clark Kent and who is Superman. Well, you both have your qualities.
So Sam, whenever you do a podcast, do you usually watch from your phone or TV or laptop?
Mostly from my laptop, really. When I'm watching, I'm mostly on my laptop when I'm watching,
But when you're on the podcast,
when I'm on the podcast, I'm on my laptop as well. This is a laptop. What it is, I'm by my sofa, and I'm sitting back now, relaxing in my sofa, so I've fallen away from the camera angle. You see, and I haven't bothered to change the camera angle on the laptop.
But then does Russ use his TV?
I don't know what he does. Probably, I don't know. I don't know what Russ does. We'll have to ask him.
Because when I started first doing the podcast,
top of your face is a good look. Don't you get started with me, boy. Don't you get started with me, boy.
Godfather. Sorry, Lonzo, we will come back to your story you're about to tell about your podcasting because I want to hear it. But I just want to say Gary is the godfather of the show, Gary. Is it fair to call him that?
He's becoming a lazy fucker now, he is.
So Gary says about Sam. Well, Sam answered the question anyway. One question meant to say comment. So Alonso, when you started doing podcasting, you did what?
So my laptop will always go on and off because the fan will get so hot.
Same one.
And with some members, how I will always go on the fan circle. And it would always cut on and off because the fan was so hot. It was like an older laptop. So my mom's friends got me a newer laptop, so that's why I haven't been in and out as much as before. And I was always using my phone to do podcasts as well. But with the phone, you won't get the full screen. You only get the bits of it. So I've come a long way as far as my podcasting interruptions thus go.
Okay. So, I had a similar issue. I say similar. My PS4 the fan either stopped working, or, to be fair, I had it for like 8 years, so you know, it weren't like it wasn't working out of the box. But basically, I did a change round and put it in my room, put it on the desk, which is a wooden desk. So, but unfortunately, that absorbs the heat from the PlayStation underneath. So obviously, the fan was a dodgy, the thing was whatever. So it would just shut itself off through overheating. So I realised you just put the I had the fan going on someone. You put the fan onto the thing and it worked fine.
Have you still got the same laptop, Alonso?
No, I have a ZBook HP rather.
I remember you had your problems with that fan always getting
Yeah, it sucked so bad because like, you know, Ray would take so long trying to introduce her when it would go off. I'm like, crap, man. Or every time I would say something, it would go off.
AFC's turned into it became, instead of Arsenal fan soccer, it became Alonso's fan computer.
Exactly, Sam. But yeah, it was embarrassing, man, because like I'd be mid thought and it go off. I'm like, God, dude, like how embarrassing is it?
It happens to these laptops, man. It really does. The fans get old on them. They get clogged with all that dirt and everything, and they just get really hot.
Mm-hmm.
They shut off. They get to a point where it just shuts off when the temperature gets too high.
Yeah, but thankfully it hasn't happened yet on this little laptop. So I'm thankful for my mom's friend to get this laptop for me because he works at HP, so he has an extra one.
You know what you should do in terms of a little bit of maintenance. It's the same thing we say to everyone, and no one could be bothered to do it, but we tell people anyway. But if you've got the tools to do it, you just basically it's just a small, very small screwdriver. It depends on the type of the screws, but if you can take the case off the back of your, the underneath of your laptop, you can take it off and then expose where the fan is, and all you got to do is like with some high pressure air or some, I don't know if you've got like a high pressure air something you can use or whatever, just clean the fan every now and again, and you should be all right for a long time.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I don't have that screwdriver. It's like the screws are just so thin.
Yeah, you need one of those specialist screwdrivers. You need one of those packs of specialist screwdrivers. They cost money.
Would the Christmas cracker screwdrivers work?
Maybe, I don't know. Depends on the size of the screw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I have a pretty good laptop now, so.
Welcome to the Assembled.
Hey, the Assembled, Mr. Secret Spying Guy.
It doesn't show up on the StreamYard. Does he still delete the comments after he makes them?
I think you realise that the NSA and the MI6 have all of that anyway.
Yeah, that was why I was thinking that, Russ, to be fair. Like, you always sit there and feel like, I'm never going to need these, but then there will come a time where, like, Sam just makes a suggestion, like, take the back off your thing, but you're going to need a really small screwdriver. I got one for Christmas.
Yes.
But I probably threw it away or whatever, but don't throw them away.
So I just got a notification saying that the Zerby is going to leave Brighton. That's a real shame because, Brighton are always competitive, and I think this year it just had all the injuries and lack of depth in Europe, and that's why they finished 10th. He's a good football manager. It's a shame that these managers leave only because they don't have enough depth or they have injuries and they give up on them. Also, it seems.
Yeah.
So it's a shame.
He did well to steady their ship, as in.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good manager. De Zerbi's a good manager. You got to give it to him.
He obviously slotted on He slotted in while because it could have gone very badly for them when Potter left and took the coaching staff, which is a key part that often gets lost in this. Like Chelsea didn't just pay 20 million for Graham Potter; they paid for like his entire coaching staff. So a lot of the backroom stuff was going to Chelsea. Therefore, could have gone very badly. And he came in, he slotted into their ethos or whatever you want to call it, and got them into Europe. Personally, I don't think they have the squad to do Sunday, Thursday football. I think this season showed it. But they weren't like they didn't have the squad for it, and they found out by being in a relegation battle, like they were like, what are they, like mid-table? Again, for Brighton, absolutely no shame in it. But I can also, at the same time, I can understand why he thinks he can get better things, and they probably want to move on as well. It's life, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do
you think what's his face? I call him prostate glue. Do you think prostate glue is gonna quit Tottenham?
Nah. I don't think he could get a better job right now.
He just doesn't seem happy, does he? I don't think he seems happy.
No, I can understand why he's not happy, because I think he's learning that the culture at Tottenham is one of pettiness and failure.
Very well put, Tom. Very well put.
I told this on Stoop last night, but when Leeds played Arsenal in 2003, we needed to win to guarantee that we'd avoid relegation. And obviously, I'm not going to tell a group of Arsenal fans like that we beat Arsenal, because you all know it. But the fact of the matter is that I wanted to win that match because I never want Leeds to lose a football match. But at the same time, if Arsenal had beat Leeds, because it turned out it wouldn't have mattered, we wouldn't have got relegated anyway. But if Arsenal had beat Leeds on that Sunday afternoon, I literally would have gone, oh, that's a shame. Now Man United won't necessarily win the title, because us beating you handed them the title. Like, it won them the title. So it was one of these.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the wrong way to see it. The fact of the matter is, Tottenham fans paid for their ticket to then actively cheer Man City scoring.
Yeah.
Shambolic. But again, it was people within the club that actually had the same ethos or thought, or whatever you want to call it. It was apparently Andrew was upset because one of the coaches suggested they put the youth team out. Now, I think he suggested it as a joke, but Ange obviously wasn't really suffering that kind of joke.
No, Tottenham are absolute reprehensible bunch of fans. The way they can go on like that.
And it was funny. Spurs clearly had a chance to at least be up there with Aston Villa competing for that last spot in Champions League. They needed help, but still, it's like, they missed a chance of Europe, basically. Well, not Europe, but Champions League.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that they lost on purpose, basically.
They've got small-minded, no ambition club. That's what they've got at Tottenham.
I think
they're so petty. They're more worried about stopping Arsenal than winning anything themselves, and that is just absolutely pathetic.
From top to bottom.
Absolutely.
Ange's right to be pissed.
Oh yeah, because you saw the fans are having a go. It's like, what's wrong with you, man?
I watched video. Rory Jennings was talking about it, and I'm not a fan of him. I'm sure he's a nice guy outside. He's probably not. He might even be Anyway, point is, he's saying Ange doesn't understand fan culture. I'm like, what do you understand about fan culture, you pretentious, posh, white, rich boy? Go fuck yourself.
What do you understand about fan culture? Is that what he said?
Yeah, words left his mouth. Ange doesn't understand fan culture.
Bloody hell.
Well, Tottenham fan culture doesn't understand winning, does it?
Jesus Christ.
To be fair, assembled, I recall didn't Spurs open the scoring in that game against Man United in '99? Could be wrong there, but
That's true. 99. Spurs last game of the season. It came down to the last game of the season as well, technically. And if Spurs had beat United and we'd won, we could have won the league on goal. I think on goal difference then as well. But Spurs got beat. They got absolutely fucked. Was it 5-0 or something? I think it was.
No, I think Man United won the game 3-1 because I think Les Ferdinand opened the scoring.
Was it? I think they got absolutely pummeled in the second half. Anyway, that's what I remember.
Oh yeah. No, of course they did. But I think that speaks more to how good that Man United side was compared to like the fact that like the reality is that Tottenham probably gave it 100% that day, and it wouldn't have mattered. Well, same as like I believe the Tottenham players may have gave it 100% on Wednesday or Thursday night, whenever it was, or was it Tuesday?
Well, they had a few chances, didn't they? There's all this controversy about Son missing on purpose. I don't believe that. I just believe Son's out of form. He's been out of form for a long time. But no, I mean it's I mean they had their chances, didn't they? But
ultimately, I feel Tottenham are not good enough to throw a game against Man City. Ultimately, they couldn't even win that game even if they wanted to, which I suspect the players did want to.
Yeah.
It was like when sorry, it was rude of me, Sam. Sorry.
No, it's fine. Go ahead.
People there were Leeds fans that were saying, "Oh, Huddersfield are going to let Ipswich win." It's like Huddersfield ain't good enough to beat Ipswich even if they wanted to, let alone let them win. Huddersfield don't have a choice in the situation. What are you all talking about? But there are idiots in any group.
You're right.
Anyway, resistance of Spurs was as usual poor. Fine.
Yeah. Well, you can never count on Spurs to do anything. That's the thing. They are bottle jobs, aren't they?
The truth
is they are bottle jobs.
Yeah, but the real truth is, if you'd beat Aston Villa in one of the two games you lost to them, it wouldn't matter, would it?
Oh, we could have beaten Manchester City when we played them at the Etihad. We only drew. I mean, there's a few of those, aren't there? You can say, but
yeah. Every team has a game where every team, other than the team that wins it, has a game where
you can't be perfect.
If we'd have done better in that, we'd have been in X position.
If you win 38 out of 38 games, you're going to win the league.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could have also beaten Newcastle too. And
irony, Alonso, is if you actually won 36 of the games, you'd still probably lose the title because Man City would win 37.
Yeah. Exactly.
I feel like Man City are just like a stalking horse where they watch what the other teams are doing and then they just make sure to get 1 point more.
They're like, that's the target. Let's go for it, and they do it.
Yeah, they're like, all right. Feels like Arsenal are going to get 92 points. Well, we can get 93, and they will. So Russ Morgan did say Sam always goes against my narrative. I'm Doctor Who in this scenario. I hear Doctor Who's on Disney now. I've never watched it, but still. Anyway. BX Gunner with Sam's back. 100.
Big up, BX. Nice to see you, buddy. Nice to see you. Sorry, did I jump out?
Sorry, sir?
Did my internet die for a second there?
No.
Oh, I thought because I was saying about something about City, and then it stopped for a second.
On this end, I hear you perfectly.
Okay.
And your image is moving fine as well.
Okay.
Well, I say that because you're relatively still, but your mouth is, yeah. There you go. Russ Morgan says we were cheated out of points against Villa and Newcastle.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm not surprised to see that Russ Morgan thinks of that, because in his universe, we are just in one big conspiracy.
Oh, this is fantastic. I'm loving the language in this. Exactly. Arsenal played not to lose in a few important games that have come to bite them in the posterior.
Nice.
Oh, the assembled. Your use of English.
Posterior.
I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it a lot.
The thing is, you can't be perfect. That's the thing. But Manchester City are just about as close to perfection as you can get. That's how good they are.
And I believe that, I was on a stoop maybe 3 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, and Tom was on there as well, that, they had each Liverpool, City, and Arsenal on the remaining teams that we had to play. And I said that Brighton and or Villa would cost us points because it's just the way it is. During that run, we couldn't be Arsenal couldn't be perfect. It's just the way it is. Granted, we drew against City, but playing them at the Etihad is a tough task itself. So Villa, the way Emery has them playing right now, it was going to be a hard task as well, especially how they've been playing this year. So they had to be perfect or near perfect during that run, Sam. So by hook by crook, it was Villa that cost us points.
Yeah. Oh, Villa, they came back, didn't they? And they beat us at the Emirates, which doesn't happen very often at all. But it's football. That's the thing, it's football. You're gonna, at one point of the season, you're gonna have a bad game or you're gonna lose a game. You're gonna hit a little purple patch, and that's just the way it is. But Manchester City, unfortunately, they seem to have this trend where they start the season a bit poorly. They'll have a few hiccups in the beginning of the season. Everyone starts asking questions. Ooh, is this the season where Manchester City are going to slip up? Ooh, are they not the same as normal? Ooh, what's going on here? And then they get to Christmas and then they just don't lose a game, basically, since Christmas comes along. And then until the end of the season, they just win 20 games in a row. And then that's it. That's it. They win the league. And they're just too good. That's the thing. They're too good. It's so hard to compete against them. And I was going to say earlier, I know Tom has his points on this about Guardiola, but Guardiola's obviously doing a very good job for them, and it'll be interesting to put Tom's theory into let's say some kind of practice, where if Pep Guardiola finally says that, right, that's it, I'm fed up with City now, I want to move on somewhere else, the next manager that comes in, if they can do the same, it'll be interesting to see.
But then Sam, he'll probably go off to PSG because that's where the money's at, right?
I suppose it's just about the last big team left. He hasn't really managed, has he? I mean, did he manage in Italy?
No.
He might go to Italy.
But we all know that he'll only coach clubs that have had money or are successful.
Maybe a Juventus or something in Italy. Maybe they've got something they're putting together, or they might not, because I know Italy's struggling at the moment with their teams. PSG has a lot of money, but that PSG is all about the Champions League, and he's won the Champions League already. It's like, what's going to be the thrill in him for that? I don't know, but we'll see.
I'm loving the things Alonso is saying because they're absolutely fitting my theories to an absolute like a glove. Like if I was OJ Simpson, I'd be guilty because the glove would fit. Anyway, if I did it, I mean, legally, just got sat legally. The Assembled is saying, Russ, to win a game, you've got to take shots on target. Since Arsenal didn't do that against Newcastle or Villa, it's hard to agree with the cheated point, unfortunately.
Well, we had chances in both games. We just didn't take them properly. You know, I don't think we've been cheated or anything like that. I just think we had a couple of subpar games. That's what happens, unfortunately, in football. You don't have every game 100% all the time. It just doesn't happen. This is what drives me nuts about these Arteta out mob and all of that, all those crazies, all those lunatics. We're just like, oh, we drop points, oh, that's it, everyone, and throw all the toys out the pram. Just like there's nothing else apart from winning a game. That's the only acceptable outcome ever. It's like, what reality do you live in, honestly?
And, you know,
I've made no secret of it. Sorry, Alonso, go on.
Right. So, you know, I've been on the trip and Pan Circle. And to your point, Sam, is that it's like, how much time does Arteta need? Well, sometimes you gotta just be thankful for what manager you have. You know, Arteta's got nothing. There's nothing wrong with Arteta. There's nothing wrong with these goals he has and working towards those goals. You know, and I think it was Gary who asked the panel at the time. I wasn't on that time, but he asked, "How long do you think Arteta should stay?" And they were saying, "Well, 2 more years, like 1 more year. If he doesn't do that, he should be gone." And all that stuff. I said, "Well, Arteta's gonna be here for a long time because we're not that club that has managers every 4 years or every year or every 2 years, right? So we have a model at Arsenal. At least that's what I think. So he's not going to just go away because he hasn't won anything. You know, being second to City or 115 counts FC is not a bad deal. You know, so
it's progress.
Yeah,
it's about looking
exactly.
at progress, isn't it? And you can't look at Arsenal this season and say there hasn't been any progress. Those who say that are just lying to themselves.
It's delusion or lying. You are obviously a better outfit than this time last year.
We've got more points.
Obviously a better outfit than this time 2 years ago.
We've got more points, more goals, less goals against. We're top of most statistics, and we're going to end up. We're going down to the last game of the season to decide the title, which didn't happen last year. It was 4 or 5 games already before the end.
It was done in April, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, end of April. Really, it was gone right at the beginning of May, and now we're going down to the last game of the season, best points ever. And you know the thing, I saw this interesting stat the other day. This is quite interesting. This season we've had today would win. It's either 8 or 9. It's one of the two.
Yeah,
it would win 8 or 9 of Manchester United's 13 title seasons.
Yep,
that's how good our season is. Manchester United have won 13 Premier Leagues. This season we've had would have won 8 or 9 of those. So, we're better than the Invincibles. I know the Invincibles has that incredible no loss, thing, which is, of course, is the absolute, top of the tops, the absolute caveat of caveats. The no loss thing, which is incredible. Absolutely. I'll never, ever want to sacrifice that. But I'm saying in terms of points and goals scored, we've got more points and more goals scored than the Invincibles. We've done that twice now. So talk about progress. It's undeniable. The progress is undeniable. And to say that, it's not good enough, it's just like Tom said, it's just absolutely delusional.
What upsets me?
Sorry.
What upsets me, sorry, Alonso, I just got to get this out, with the Arsenal discourse after I believe it was a Villa game, is, from my perception, the sheer joy that some Arsenal fans took in Arsenal losing. Because we're all going to sit and roast Tottenham for their behaviour in the Man City thing, but take a look at yourselves, and I don't mean you specifically, but as a fan base, how you behaved when Villa won. Like, as in, I told you this was going to happen. It's like, but why you sound happy about being right? I'd rather be happy than right.
Well, that's the part of the fan base that I absolutely despise. That lot there, they were just never happy. They've got this. It's that tribal culture where they from day one they didn't want Arteta. They didn't want him. They saw early on that there were some sort of, oh, is he going to be good enough? You know, he's done some mistakes. He's learned from his mistakes. He's shown on many occasions he learns from his mistakes and adapts. But to them, that's not good enough. Or he's still making mistakes, still doing this, still doing that. They decided from day one they did not want Arteta. That is the narrative they wanted. That is what they want. They want him out of the club no matter what. And they're just going for it. They're just all in, no matter what he does, no matter what he says, does, or whatever. They just want him gone, no matter what. And it's absolutely, utterly embarrassing because when you try and talk facts to them, like normal, straight facts, like 2 + 2 is 4, 1 + 1 is 2, and they're like, well, no, actually, that's 5. You know, it's just like
it's 5.
You can't do with it.
5.
It's just you can't do with it. I just can't. Just go support fucking Real Madrid. Go to Chelsea. Go to Manchester City. Do a Jamie O'Hara. Put your Manchester City top on and go and support them. You know.
For the benefit of anyone who's listening in audio form, Russ did respond to the assembled saying Villa shouldn't have had their goal in the away game allowed 2 infringements that would/should have been disallowed in any game. To which the assembled, because I'm behind on this because we were going in on Arsenal, Arsenal fans. The assembled replied, Russ, we would have still lost to Villa. The Newcastle one, if the goal was disallowed, would still be 1 point off of winning the title. To which Spencer, hello Spencer, good friend Spencer,
yeah, big up Spencer,
comes in with that league on a twat.
Yeah, he's one of the big people behind that movement, the whole Arteta out movement. He's just never ever backed away from it, has he?
It's clickbait BS. And Russ Morgan responds to assembled. I do enjoy the civilness of this discourse. To be fair, with games change on decisions like that, assembled, kind of fair.
Tom, I was going to ask you.
Agree with it. Oh, sorry, go on, Alonso, please.
I was going to ask you how you feel about, Arteta's future, because of the fact that there's people on the podcast or even in the chat that say, "Well, Arteta's not good enough because he hasn't won trophies," or
he has
right, he doesn't.
He has won trophies.
But that's not enough, right?
It's never gonna be enough.
And we put in weaker sides in the FA Cup and then the League Cup because we don't have the depth, right? But they want him out because of that. What is your opinion on him as a neutral moving forward?
I don't like him personally. Don't get me wrong, I think it would be madness to sack him. Mm-hmm. Objectively, what has he done really? He has had year on year. There are multiple metrics where you can say he's had year on year improvement. So sacking him would be idiotic. Personally, I think he's a massively arrogant prick. Personally, I think he's an arsehole.
Fair enough.
I'm not a fan of him personally. I think he gets away with murder at coming out of his technical box. I'm not saying anything I've not said before, so I'm consistent with it. I think he's an arrogant prick and a massive arsehole, but he's a fantastic football coach.
What do you think? Sorry, Sam.
I was just going to say quickly there. Sorry, I'm just going to shoot in there quickly. Basically, Tom just spent a few different sentences there, paragraphs, explaining why he's jealous.
Yeah.
What do you think some Arsenal fans are so quick to push him out?
Because he knows what he's doing, but because he jumps a bit outside of his technical area, can't have that.
Hey, I'm not going all full Richard Keys on it. It's just rules are rules, and if you come at it, you should get punished for it. But he seems to not get punished for it.
He gets punished all the time for it.
Nah, there was a period where he was basically going wherever he wanted.
Oh, okay. Let's get him for that then, eh?
We should get him for that.
Let's go to the Crown Prosecution Service. Reprehensible behaviour.
No. I'm not saying we should have him shot or anything. Just apply whatever the rule is. Like you get yellow card, you come out your box, whatever. Then that's it. But actually enforce it. That's it.
Right.
Make him think, oh, if I come out of my box, they're gonna say that I can't, rather than I'm just gonna do it. And I'll apply that to every football manager, even my own team's manager. If Daniel Farke comes out of that box, fire him out of a cannon.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you had Bielsa, didn't you? But he just sat there like he was having a shit all the time, didn't he?
His bucket was within the technical area, damn it.
He just sat there showing good posturing for having a good shit.
I bet you wish you was able to crouch like Bielsa. I know I couldn't. His leg muscles must be like iron to be able to do that for 90 minutes. To be fair to him. Oh, hang on. Sorry. No, there's some great comments above. They would complain during sex, I believe.
Oh, they most definitely would.
Yeah.
He could solve world hunger, and they'd be like, "Oh, he's got the wrong type of bread."
Russ, but if buts maybes the type of place that Arsenal need to make sure they are not in. Yeah, if buts maybes, yeah. The role of Colonel Ward is currently being played by Stefan Herentonio.
Oh, there we go. Look, there we go.
Why can we only see?
He wasn't here earlier.
And
darling, how doing, darling?
Oh, hang on, and the wind must have changed, or some heavens be, Mr. Tom. I totally agree with you. He's a good coach, not a good manager. There's a difference. There is a difference, but at the same time, I think he's doing fine. But not more than fine. He's doing well, because you got to keep in mind this is the greatest club in the world. The institution currently, like the way they're set up. And despite whatever your feelings on what they're getting away with, and I think they're getting away with a lot, is that they are the club, the institution, on grass, in the boardroom, whatever. They are a nation state. You are punching, going toe to toe with a nation state.
Yeah,
that's it. Ultimately,
it's hard.
So you don't think decisions affect games assembled?
Russ, baby. Can you please, just for once and for all, Russ, can you open your mind? Open your mind, Mr. Quaid. Open your mind.
This is sacrilege. How dare you
I'm
put
talking,
them
let me
in the
finish.
same sentence? Sorry. It's just
right.
Feelings were hurt.
Open your mind, Mr. Quaid Russ Morgan. What it is what you're saying there affects both sides. You see, you're only ever going on Arsenal's side in terms of Arsenal getting stiffed, Arsenal this, that. But it happens to both teams. Both teams have decisions go against them. Maybe not in the same game, but during the season, they're going to have various important events, VAR decisions, etc., go against them. It is part and parcel of football. It's horrible. Actually, this is another thing. They're voting now, aren't they, in June now on whether we're going to keep VAR or not. That's going to be interesting to see. But Russ, you got to this whole. Of course, certain decisions affect games, but it happens to everyone. For Christ's sake, Russ. Sorry, I'm finished now. Continue.
No, that's fine. Just I'm also going to go in on Russ Morgan. It's obviously Russ's day, but no. Bielsa knows how to change tactics. He just doesn't want to. He's like, the way I play football should win every football match. He's wrong. He's unequivocally wrong, but I'll at least respect his conviction behind it. Jesse Marsh is a fool. Although, ironically, I don't know if you know this, Sam, Jesse Marsh is now the Canada men's national. Sorry, his job title is MLS Canada men's national team coach.
MLS.
The three teams the three Canadian teams, I believe, that are in the MLS are paying towards his salary, which tells you. But the important thing is, I believe Canada are in this summer's Copa America, and hopefully the fixtures can finagle themselves in such a way that we will get Uruguay versus Canada. I want to see Bielsa versus Marsh, just so Bielsa can literally spank him like a naughty little schoolboy.
Tom, did you just say finagle?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I could be a wordy person. Finagle, yeah.
That would be an interesting contest.
Yeah. I still can't believe, sorry, I don't mean to go back in time. I cannot believe there was a human being on Earth where the sentence, Marsh's style is the natural successor to Bielsa's, came out of their mouth. It's not. It is like, you're wrong or you're lying, Victor Orta, when you said that. And I choose to believe you're not a stupid man, so you lied. You lied to me, you lied to the Leeds fans, which obviously to the wider football world is probably more funny than just... He plays penis ball. It's the penis formation. He doesn't believe in wingers. He doesn't believe it. He had Rafinha, and he's like, nope, we're going to play the ball through the middle. You fucking moron. Just... He then, because he doesn't believe in wing backs, he sold Leif Davis to Ipswich, who is currently sat on about 50 assists. Yet another Jesse Masterclass.
Masterclass.
Yeah, Masterclass. Yeah, Masterclass.
Hey Tom, you know who believes in wingbacks?
Who believes in wingbacks?
Our friend Tony Turner.
I see.
Because we played three at the back apparently.
He believes a lot of things. Russ, I didn't say decisions. Oh, we're still doing this. Okay. Part 78 of the Assembled vs. Russ. For the people that are watching the audio version, or watching, why do I say watching? People are listening to audio version of the road trip, which you should, because it's great. Russ, I didn't say decisions don't matter, but we can do more to win the game before bad decisions affect the final outcome. Spencer with facts. Oh, Spencer's the third player in this now, by the way. So welcome to the series. Decisions can have an impact on momentum. So we've assembled them. How are Leeds doing, Tom? I think you know the answer, sir. I love how he does the thing where he asks questions pretending he doesn't like Google the Leeds result before he comes on. I don't watch Championship. It's like, you fucking know. You know, young man. Thanks, Spencer. Mr. Spencer, as in me, Russ, by the Arsenal Truex Galaxy podcast.
You know.
And penis ball. Was it a hard man's tactic? No, but we sure fucked Liverpool with it.
You wish, boy.
There we go. Sorry, a long time.
Well, a little bit of hardball.
That sounds reminds me of Apocalypse Now.
Apocalypse Now, what?
That sounds.
Much on earth that doesn't remind him of Apocalypse Now.
What sounds?
His favourite movie?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
What sounds did you say?
The chimes sounding.
Oh yeah, I got some bells in them. I got the window open. I got some bells from the
So-
local church.
Nice.
Can you imagine what Apocalypse Now would have been like if Steven Seagal was in it? Just
Even
a
worse
random
off.
thought. It's a random thought. Yeah, I suspect it wouldn't have won multiple awards and lots of money. But it is what it is. It's what it is. Sam, is there a fire where you are at?
All right.
The church bells are telling you to grab a bucket to help out. Either that or there's a new pope.
They're really going at it today, aren't they?
That's the church bells, Ronnie. I thought it added a nice little ambience to the background.
Probably some weddings and that and all that crap.
Do you think Arsenal will definitely sign Raya? Yes.
You know, it's funny because
There's a bear shit in the woods.
I saw a tweet, right, that Ramsdale had agreed to terms with Newcastle, and Ramsdale replied, "Wait, what? That's the first I've heard of this." And now people going on about it as if he really did sign agreement with Newcastle, which is kind of funny to me.
Yeah, Ramsdale's linked to Newcastle, isn't he?
Well, it's a shame, because I personally like Ramsdale. I kind of,
Yeah,
I hope that this whole goalkeeping carousel just stops at Raya, if that were the case. Because we've had good enough goalkeepers, in my opinion. And then there's also that rumor that Wallace Chesney is looking to come back.
Oh god, here we go. That's all we hear, all those old flames.
Yeah.
The old Polak, the Gabby Pole. Yeah.
That haunted Gothic church. It was a loan with an obligation to buy it. It was done that way to get around FFP.
Correct. Ross is
So-
correct.
Yeah, you like him, but I would love the 40 million they will pay us. Is that Ramsdale?
Yeah, I think
You ain't getting 40 million for Ramsdale
why not?
because it's obvious he's not your first choice keeper. People ain't paying 40 million for a non-first choice keeper.
Yeah, but keepers are premium these days.
They really are.
He's still a good keeper.
Yeah, but you don't think he's a good keeper. Like your club doesn't think he's a good keeper.
Because we've got one who's better.
There you go.
But he's still a good keeper. He's still got value, isn't he?
Us, personally, more than anything, I think you'll be lucky to get 30.
Well,
Basically, you need Everton to decide that they no longer want Pickford. Because Everton will pay anything.
yeah, maybe.
I know people go, "Oh, Everton haven't spent that much lately." It's like, well, they obviously have spent a lot of money because they continually fail the financial rules. The pricks. Anyway, Jack Bugland was amazing for Sevco against Celtic. Would be a great signing. Don't know how much Rangers paid for him. Packet of quavers at his age. Imagine. Anyway.
We're linked to who's it? We're linked to come in. Is that what's his name? Steele. That I think Steele. I can't remember if it's Jack or Luke or whatever his name is, but Steele is a goalkeeper linked to come in as a number 2.
Yeah, I think at worst you'll get what you paid for him. You'll get the 20 million or so that you paid for him. And Stefan's right here. Everton spent a fortune and still crap. If we do win this playoff final, it's going to be like we are back and we are here with the receipts that we owe a lot of these fuckers. Oh man, Leeds Everton, Leeds Forest, Leeds Leicester. Oh my god. Actually, a guy called Vizzy who does football stuff on Twitter, whatever, he supports Burnley, but he did say if Leeds don't get promoted, the championship, the rivalries in the championship next season are going to be fierce. He named a lot of them, like Derby versus whoever, and or what, like Portsmouth, Southampton? But anyway. But then he just randomly just slips in at the bottom, Leeds versus everyone, because we are everyone's biggest rivals.
Tom, who got sent down?
Derby.
Championship
to League One.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's Birmingham, Rotherham, and Huddersfield.
Okay.
Wow. Birmingham and Huddersfield were Premier League teams, weren't they, not long ago?
Yeah.
I'll be back in 2 seconds, guys.
No problem.
Okay.
No problem.
Didn't Huddersfield have David Wagner as their coach?
They did. He got them promoted.
Hmm.
And I believe he also contributed to them getting relegated.
Where's he at now?
He was at Norwich until yesterday.
We got sacked.
We beat them so bad they sacked him. Which I'd be lying if I said I didn't feel good about it. But
whatever happened to student at Norwich? What happened to David Naughton?
David who? Sorry.
Oh, Chris Naughton. He was the coach that promoted Norwich to Premier League the first time in 2000. Was it 2010? I don't know, 2012.
I'll say, have a good day, Gary. Thank you for
giving us
the platform to do this. Is that the Burnley fan that lives in Poland? Random. Yes. I believe that is it. Or that is he. Some big clubs in there next season. What else we got? If Ramsdale... hang on. I'll start at the top. He might have been able to prove he was a good goalkeeper, but we exited most of the cup competitions early where he might have been first choice keeper. If Ramsdale goes to Newcastle, we should get Dubravka off of them. Some big clubs in there next season. Gary thanking us for the show. Assembled with, Stefan, let's be honest, and not fair to Leeds. Why not? Russ Morgan with Sam's Malwalder wife has turned up. As long as he loves her a long time. Yeah, Viz there. Hi, Gary. Hope you are good, fella. And yep, she has shown up. And judging by the fact that he wasn't gone, he still isn't back, I imagine it was what was on the brochure.
Chris Houghton. Chris Houghton. That's what it is.
Oh, yeah, he's probably doing I'm pretty sure he's going to be director of football somewhere. He might be working with the Republic of Ireland set up. I don't know. Let's find out.
So after he left Norwich, he coached Brighton, Nottingham Forest, and Ghana.
Yeah, most recently head coach of Ghana for the African nations, or the AFCON, rather.
Here's an interesting character in Premier League.
I always thought he would have been a good get for Leeds when we were in the Championship the first time, like over that 16-year period. Like it was but also to note, Bayer Leverkusen have become the first team to go through the entire Bundesliga season undefeated. Congratulations to them.
Wow.
And
I'm happy for Granit Xhaka, to be honest, because he. Go ahead, Tom.
No, go on.
I'm happy for Granit Xhaka because I think last year he came to his own. And I remember a lot of supporters last year were seeing combat Granit Xhaka and all that, and it was good for farewell to him, and to see him do so well for Bayern Leverkusen is pretty awesome. So yeah, very proud of Granit Xhaka for leading his team to an unbeaten season at Leverkusen. So fair play to him.
Stefan goes on some lead sites, and to be fair, they're all right. Mind you, I also go on United sites. What, so you go on lead sites and Leeds United sites? Who are United? I know what he means, but I'm not going to be seen acknowledging it on yeah. Anyway, Russ stirring the pot. Sam is currently blowing her up. Even Alonso is saying, marriage.
Marriage.
And cutting edge stuff. Cutting the box open.
Tom, when I was at my previous employer, there was a customer that supported Norwich, and his name was Adam. And as soon as they went down, I was laughing because realistically, they're like a yo-yo club. They go back up and down every so often.
Oh, we snipped we snipped the string of the yo-yo on Thursday night. We were like, oh, you think you're coming up, do you? Have some Somerville. Mr. Greenwood, you are on mute, sir. On your own end, of course. To answer the question before Sam comes back in, Mr. Tom, what was Rocastle like at Leeds? We finished 17th that season. So, what do you think he was like at Leeds?
Ouch.
He was a fine footballer. It just didn't work out. Would I, Spencer? Would I? It's easier to use a pump to blow her up, but I guess using the air God gave you works as well. Out of breath. Good lad, Alonso. Take the piss out of the budgies.
Canaries, right?
He, on multiple occasions this year, he wanted Norwich to beat Leeds, and then he even mentioned that he wanted Norwich to win the playoffs. I forget nothing. I like a steel trap of injustice. I'm an injustice collector. I'll remember anything people say when I can use it to my advantage.
It's funny because Arsenal loaned Marquinhos out to Norwich, and he got sent back. Wow.
They sent him back?
I think so. I think his owner just ran out, and they didn't really use him properly. So, yeah, all right, Arsenal, you can have him back at the end of the season, I guess.
So whenever we sit here and go, are their Tottenham fans want their team to lose against Man City? I'm sitting there like, yeah, but I know an Ipswich fan that wanted Norwich to beat Leeds. So,
Harry Antonio Writings.
I know you were trying to wind me up, you fucker. But yeah, so okay, we've been sat here for 1 hour and 49 minutes. So I think we should sit here for a bit longer because why not? Thought it was going to end the show, right? Nah. Apparently losing at Wembley is a hard blow for any team. Is this true, Mr. Tom? Yeah, it's not fun. We've not won there since 1992.
Oh, wow.
32 years. We were last there in 2008. Doncaster beat us 1-0.
Doncaster.
In Doncaster Rovers beat us 1-0 in the League One playoff final. To be fair, we shouldn't have even been in that fucking match because we'd been deducted 15 points. So we would have finished second. But we were run like shambles and probably deserved the point deduction. But I don't know. They ended up taking 25 points off of us. So that's why we're not particularly fond of the Football League or Premier League or Sky TV or Amazon or BT Sport or Don Goodman or Andy Hinchcliffe or Manchester United or Chelsea or Galatasaray or Sheffield Wednesday or Aston Villa or West Ham United or Huddersfield Town or Bradford City or Chelsea. No, I'd say it did Chelsea. Nah, we don't. BBC. If they'd have stopped Savile sooner, that we'd stop getting chants that he loved Leeds, which he didn't. He was born in Leeds, but people think like, oh, Jimmy Savile's a Leeds fan. There's no proof of that, and I don't care if you show me proof of it. I'm not acknowledging it. But yeah, Doncaster. So where was I? Bournemouth, Leicester, Everton, Nottingham Forest, Wolverhampton Wanderers. 8 them all. 8 them all. Birmingham.
So which watch long are you going to be a part of tomorrow?
I'm going to be part of the one where I sleep during the football. He did not. No chance. Lying fuckers. Wales under 9s. Those fucking sheep shagging little fuckers. Yeah, 8 them too. Wolves under 9. Sorry, I read that as Wales under 9. But yeah, probably Wales under 9 as well. No, I honestly don't know, Alonso. I'll probably watch Ryan's watch along. I'm assuming he's doing a watch along.
Ray is doing a watch along as well.
Ray's doing a watch along? No way.
Yeah. He was like, yeah, I'm gonna do a watch along. And so I'm gonna do that tomorrow. See how it turns out. So we could step into the Slim Jim and say, oh yeah, brother.
Nah,
when they win.
Wrong. Sorry, Russ Morgan said Savile would have loved Leeds if it was an 8-year-old boy. Oh. Come on now, young man. You're all wrong. You're all talking me into wearing light blue tomorrow.
Oh, please don't.
I won't really, because.
Don't leave her. We're that kid tomorrow. Thomas almost red, kind of.
Yeah, kind of.
What year is that kid from?
This is from 2020-21. This is the shirt we wore when we won at Manchester City.
So I've been looking at, old highlights of when, West Ham beat City, and my hope is that they put on the same performance those previous years that they could beat City.
My actual favourite bit of like football desperation delusion has been my mate BX Gunner. I love BX Gunner, but for every week for like last 5 weeks or whatever it is, he's been like, I think Fulham can beat Man City. I think Fulham are going to get a draw against Man City. I'm like, based on what other than you want it to happen? Like, I think West Ham are going to get a 2-2 draw again. Based on what? I love his positivity and to be fair, as much as I'm lightly mocking him for it, the reality is it's still better than it is still no problem, Lonzo. It's still better than the people that actively want Arsenal to lose. That does not sit well with me at all. Everyone in Leeds knew, couldn't prove it. Everyone in the BBC knew, I suspect. Tom, you were invited onto Ryan's. I was. It's the first I'm hearing about it. But yeah, I probably will sit there and just do Tom things, I suppose, because I've done most of the setup for the league show. There's technically no reason why I couldn't. I actually just need to find some memes and do the. No problem, Sam. Thank you for letting us know. But if they do fix, obviously, feel free to jump back in. But just I think your team are going to be okay. I don't think you're winning the title. Like I don't mean to provide that sort of false hope, but generally speaking, you've got a foundation now to push on from. Oh my, that escalated quickly. And pump issues. So, Russ Morgan, are you saying that basically the mail order bride was exactly as advertised? And Sam has basically gone, oh, Wi-Fi issues. You know how like when like you're on the phone and you're like, oh, sorry, boss, the phone is bad signal. I'm going through a tunnel when you're not even like 100 yards away from a tunnel, 100 miles away from a tunnel. Why am I being lumped into this assembled? My Wi-Fi is relatively okay today, and I have not received a parcel. I know you meant it right, Sam, but I'm still going to feign the injustice at it. And Sam Greenwood quite rightly says Russ Morgan's not getting to his dogging session at this rate. And instead of Buster Rhymes, it's Buster. Buster nut on your face, boy. Sorry, Sam. Yeah, meaning Sam. And Spencer enjoyed that. That was actually really quick, to be fair. Well, that says 1 minute apart. It definitely was not a minute. In fact, I kind of suspect Greenwood kind of knew it was going to be said. It's almost like they planned it. Anyhow. Anyway, so we are approaching the 2-hour mark, which I'm surprised I managed to drag it out this long. Obviously, it was with a lot of help from my friends. Stefan keeping the party going by saying, nice spring evening, perfect dogging weather. It is perfect weather to go to the Chinese. Nothing to do with anything. Just gonna say, see ya. Have a good night, Mr. Spencer. I suppose I should wait for Alonso to return before we do our goodbyes, etc. Sorry, you all did on stream. Unprofessional, rude, and all that is what it is. I can't even use the it's 2 a.m. as an excuse because it's 5 p.m. So I have no excuse. It's raining here. Who won the Women's Super League actually? Sadly, I suspect it is the. I suspect I'm going to get an answer I don't like. Congratulations to Chelsea with their 6-0 win, unfortunately. Congratulations to Millie Bright for winning the Women's Super League. Arsenal women won 5-0 though, with a goal from Miedemar 3 minutes after she came on as a sub in what is apparently her final game. Bad Spencer says, who cares? Who cares? Who cares, bruh? And Sam Greenwood with dogging with Debbie from Iceland, the food shop. Lovely jubbly. Congrats, Spencer. Enjoy the acid rain. Is she a thick bird, Sam? I do believe the young'uns on the street spell it with 2 C's and they remove the K. I couldn't even if I wanted to. To Spencer, who said, don't cancel me. Okay. So obviously the scores in the Bundesliga, as we already established, undefeated season, but they did it with a 2-1 win. How did Harry Kane end his season? Oh, they lost 4-2. They were 2-0 up. Bayern Munich were 2-0 up, and they lost 4-2 at Hoffenheim. Losers. They scored 2 goals in the first 6 minutes and lost. Somehow this is Harry Kane's fault. Harry Kane didn't play. Back injury. That's why it was his fault. Anyway, sorry, it's getting very non-PG in here, so let's just read this out. Chubby enough to grab some pie mash. Cancel Spencer for his disgraceful behaviour. The request of Stefan Heventonio. Writings. And awesome, sir. Did she fart in your face? There is a video, sorry, it's a random YouTube short where the actress Amy Adams, Zach Galifianakis, I believe he is, the guy from the Hangover movies, hands her a card and he tells the actress Amy Adams, I need you to read this line out. Read the line out as seriously as you can. And to her credit, she looked at it, said, okay, I'm willing to do this. She stares him dead in the eyes and just says in her most serious acting voice, don't you dare fart on my tits ever again. Acting. And on that note, I think we can end the show. But Alonso, where are you going to be in the world?
So tomorrow I'll be on the Arsenal fan circle. Maybe I might do a podcast midweek. Well, Monday I'm off, so maybe I'll do one before the road trip. I'm not sure, Tom, but I'll for sure be on to watch along on the Arsenal fan circle. Yeah, so I know the NASCAR race comes on later on the evening, so who knows? But yeah, for sure, I'll be on tomorrow on race Arsenal fan circle tomorrow.
I spoke with this channel should have been cancelled. Sorry, I don't know why I read it as cancelled. This channel should have been cancelled during the first show. Yeah, that would have been the best idea for everyone all round. We'd have all got our Saturdays back. Alonso will be watching Martin Krapex Jr. explode into glorious oblivion.
He almost exploded last weekend, but that's not his fault.
I almost exploded last weekend, but I just squeezed the end a bit, so it stopped that. But anyway, sorry, what? That wasn't PG. That wasn't PG. Anyway, so thank you, Alonso, for spending time with us. Thank you to Sam hopping in.
It was good fun.
Thank you. No, I appreciate Sam's schedule is obviously out of whack now, obviously with him being in a different time zone, I believe. But also, it's good to see him. It's good to see you. Thank you to Gary for opening the show. Very kind of him. Gary, would you trust us with the show again, mate?
Yeah.
Cheers. Thank you. Not that I'm ever going to imply that me and Roman Reigns are the same person, but still.
Nice.
Yeah. Needle mover. No, it's not a real thing. It's not a real thing. Mine keeps forgetting fuel. And it was great to see you, Sam, in all seriousness. It was great to hear from a lot of people that turned up here because, quite frankly, obviously, Ryan was doing his thing on the other channel. He was doing a live watch-along of the ladies' game. So I sat here thinking, if no one comes in to watch this, I'm just going to set up my YouTube show for tomorrow, live on the internet, and almost in protest. No, I'm joking. I'm not joking. That's totally what I'd have done. But anyway, Stefan going overboard. I love it. He has come so far. It's not PG. But so I'll be doing the Leeds show tomorrow. We all love Leeds. Where obviously we're reviewing the Norwich game. It may have gone well for us. The winking means that I know it went well. No one here cares about women's football. I care about some of the women in football, like Millie Bright's a sturdy lass. Some people enjoy Alicia Lehman.
I heard that as Rush was saying it, as if you were saying it live on air.
It's true. It's true. Great show. Thanks making us smile as usual. GTSY at Sam. Good to see you at Sam. I've asked about you, mate. Brownie, what's the live score right now, mate? Or is it 5:15 kickoff? And yeah, so awesome. I don't know why I said that. Like, I don't have a device that I can actually find out myself. So to be fair, they are playing. It's 2-0 to Oxford at half time.
Oh, nice.
Josh Murphy, two goals. 2 goals. Josh Murphy. Congratulations to Celtic again for the winning Scottish Premier League. They may have even sweated for a bit. Maybe. So, obviously, I'm just getting the show now, guys, because I suck at ending the show because I'm a rambler. So, have a good night, everyone. Take care. Spike your hair, if you have any. Life is a journey. Don't waste a trip. Enjoy the ride. And we'll see you on the next one. I really should have the outro queued at this point. But there's loads of them there, and I always just forget which one's which.
Life is a journey. Don't waste your trip. Enjoy the ride.